Kite first, and then I will ride Scout, and they're the only two I am going to ride today. Zoro and Chester are both going to get turnout. Kite absolutely hates the indoor arena, but it has been raining, so the outdoor is pretty rough. I'm going to go look at it just to double check that I can't ride out here, but not very hopeful. It is pretty hard, but it's not like super muddy, and so I might ride him out here just because he absolutely hates the indoor arena. But he also hates bad dirt, so pray for me. I think it'll be okay, just to exercise. I'm not doing the barrels or anything on him. Good morning. You having a good morning? Okay. I'll take that as a yes. Good morning, Kite. Are you having a good morning? How do you feel about having to get back into shape? Okay, be mysterious. Are you having a good morning? Okay, that was very enthusiastic. I love to hear it. Somebody commented on one of my shorts where I jumped onto him, or just when he was in, that he was too skinny. I can assure you, this man is quite round. He has not had a good workout, and he eats all the alfalfa and hay and grain he wants. So he is very much not too skinny. You can see the muscle kind of in his shoulder in that video that the comment was on. And he is running bred. He is eating his lead rope. Kite. Anyway, he is running bred, so he's kind of lanky. He doesn't quite look like an American quarter horse, I guess. He definitely looks more like a thoroughbred. So that's probably why you might think he's too skinny, but he is definitely not. If you look at him straight on, he is quite round. Yeah, you're very round. I love you, though. We're getting into shape next 2 weeks. I'm sure he's so excited. The next 2 weeks, I will be getting him back into shape so he can go to a local jackpot in about 2 weeks. That I think he'll really enjoy. He is semi-retired and 22 years old, if you've seen my Meet the Horses video. But this race will have good ground. It's not very far, and it's everything he loves. So I'm going to get him out and let him run. Okay, can you stop it? No, sir. So dusty. Embarrassing. I don't know if the Mike will work in tandem with the Pivo, but I hope it is. I only have this over and under because there are these two random dogs that showed up, and in case anything were to happen, I would like to have something to swat them with if I had to. When I am working on getting a horse back into shape or just into shape in general, I like to do a lot of long trotting and then slowly work up the endurance from there. I think long trotting is the best way rather than just loping and loping and loping. Dude. I have been lunging kite some in the round pen. If you have watched many of my shorts, you'll see that. I have not been riding him for a while, and I want to take him to that barrel race, so we are getting whipped into shape. This is our Rocky training montage right now. Hey. Since he is old, he is 22 years young, I am letting him walk around before I ask for the trot to kind of get him loosened up. Every time he moves, something pops, but I promise he is the soundest he's literally ever been. About 2 years ago, I think, when I was getting with Chester, I rode him a lot when he was 20. But we kind of took a good break after that when I was like really seriously getting with Chester and wanting to go to the Junior Worlds and go get my pro card, which Kite actually did get me some points and did help me qualify for the Junior World Finals at 20, so that is pretty cool, and I will always be thankful for him. And it is raining right now, so that's great. As long as it's not lightning, we're fine. I absolutely hate this saddle, but it is the saddle I ran him in for years, and my other saddle is perfectly where it needs to be for Scout and Chester, and the Latigo and Off Billet are leather, which kind of scares me for some reason. So I am riding him in this one just because I always have, and he is semi-retired, so I don't really see a reason to buy him a completely new saddle when he is not worked all the time, and he's only been to, I think, 2 races this year, so it works for us. I post the trot on him to ask for a nice extended long trot. He is quite lazy, so it does take a little bit of steady motivation. I'm kind of trying to avoid that big water puddle, and it looks pretty squishy back there, so we're just going to stay riding on this side of the arena. He is quite the princess. He will not work well in dirt that does not fit his standards, so it's going to take a little bit of extra motivation today compared to what it normally takes when we get out here. The thoroughbred comes out when he sees all of this space, and he does normally want to run. But the dirt is not up to the princess's standards, so he is not as into it today, but he will be much better out here than he would be inside. When we go inside, he likes to fake limp to try and get out of work. So he will fake limp on one side, and it used to always freak me out when I first started riding, and I would get off. And then we realized he'll fake the limp one way, and then I'll turn around and change directions, and the limp magically disappears because he forgot that he has to do it both ways. So he is quite the trickster. It's not raining too bad, so that's good. I got a wee bit scared there that we were about to experience a downpour because my phone said it's supposed to rain for like 5 ever, but right now it's not raining, so I will be taking advantage of that and riding out here. I am just keeping this nice steady long trot for a while. I'm not really counting laps, and I don't have my phone to use as a timer because you're my phone. So I'm just kind of going with it, feeling what I think, keeping this nice trot up, building muscle and endurance. This is low-key making me feel like a clinician. In reality, I'm on my insanely old barrel horse at a random barn. Random to you. Woo. The other day, which really motivated me to bring him to this race, and it's raining again, is we let him out and he ran and ran and ran and bucked and ran and got Chester all worked up. We had to put Chester inside. So I know he's feeling pretty good. Definitely feeling his oats lately. I'm going to sit, ask for the walk, and I'm going to let him catch his breath a little bit before I turn around and do it on the other side. I want both sides to be even. Very, very important. You have turns in the barrels on both sides, and just in general, it's good to be even. I'm also going to walk this way a little bit, and then I will again ask for the nice long trot. I really want him to be picking up his feet and really extending the trot when I ask to make the exercise really count. Honestly, riding in the rain is kind of fun, as long as my Pivo does not break. I don't want it flooding in the Pivo, okay? Yeah, I agree. He's so dramatic. Oh, Zoro is already ready to come in. I can see him. He must not like the rain. So I will be doing this about 3 times a week. So that'll be 6 times over 2 weeks in order to get him prepared to be the best 3D horse at the race. Honestly, I took him to one of our association shows this summer. That was the last time I ran him. And even with all of the horses, Chester would normally win it every time if we had a good run. Really, if I just kept the barrels up. And Kite went and got 4th when he had to fill in for Chester. So he's still pretty competitive here, honestly. He would still be a very competitive youth horse. But I don't want to lease him because I don't want to put him through that and all the injections when I don't really think it is necessary. I think he is really enjoying his semi-retirement, and Stall Life has definitely agreed with him because he is the soundest he's ever been. I can put the chiropractic report for the people that think me doing one little footloose thing or jumping up on him hurt his back. He is perfectly fine. The chiropractor said he looked amazing for his age. I don't do those very much. I do one, get the video, and I'm done. And I really don't do it that much. I promise I definitely take really good care of my horses and try to keep them as comfortable as possible because they are athletes and I want to get everything I can out of them fairly. I don't want to ask for something they can't do ever. Kite also really loves trot rails, so I might bust those out one day this week because he really enjoys those, and those also really help for joint flexibility and muscle building. Horses have abs too. Did you know that? Just a little fun fact. I'm sure Chester has a 6-pack while Kite might have a little bit of chubbiness over his abs, but we're gonna chisel away at it over the next little bit. Come on. There you go. I know you have it in you. I saw you tear up the pasture the other day, you know. You even kicked at me over the fence. You remember that? Because I do. I am also really getting my workout in. I sit the trot on Chester, and so posting is a lot more work for me, honestly. I know it's easier, I guess, than sitting the trot, but for some reason it's so much harder for me to post before getting tired. Yeah. No. Just a trot. You're good. Okay, there you go. No. You just have to trot. There you go. This is more like it. You'll get to lope in a second, I promise. I feel like a lot of people really underestimate the power of trotting and like to get on their horse and just trot for a little bit or even just go straight to loping. I would really recommend trotting because it is way better for building muscle. loping is great for endurance, but you have to have a balance. I remember I posted a poll or like a quiz on Instagram not that long ago, and I put a picture of Kite, and I put like a bunch of different ages, and I was like, how old do you think this horse is? And everybody said 8. So he definitely looks really good for his age. I'm gonna let him walk for a minute, and then we will lope. I'm out of breath too. He really loves his job, and he really loves to run barrels, and he always gives me his all, but I really don't want to overrun him. Retirement has been great for his body, so I am only bringing him out occasionally, and I want to make sure I give him the best chance. I'm not just going to pull him out of a stall he's been sitting in, even though I have been lunging him in the round pen, and then ask him to run the barrel pattern. I want to make sure he is in shape and ready before I do that to him. Are you ready to lope? I bet you are. It's your favorite? Kinda. You're pretty dramatic though. And I saw your chiropractic report, so I know you're just being dramatic. Princess. Nope. Okay. He really loves to lope big laps. Pretty sure it's the good little thoroughbred in him. And I'm loping big laps today because I am trying to stay out of the squishy dirt. Oh my god, I hate these stirrups so much. Okay. If you want to call it quits, that's fine. But we gotta go the other way. Since they're big laps, I'm not gonna force him to do a ton of them. Will work up to that. For sure. Yeah, me too. And I still have to ride another horse. You get to go eat food. And clean stalls. I have also been getting a lot of comments talking about Zorro. If you have seen my get to know my horses or meet all my horses video, you'll know that I don't ride him because he had an injury and he is completely retired. I could get on him and just walk around, but I really don't see the point, and he is very happy with stall life, and he's very chubby, so I do need to find a way to kind of get him a little bit of exercise. But going into the winter, I think it's perfectly fine that he has some pretty good insulation. Are you ready? Okay, you are picking up your speed quite a bit here. Easy. I'm not sure we're quite ready for that. He's not too mad about the ground. It's not really bad over towards the edge. Easy. Where are we going? Driving with one hand. Don't recommend. You're good. Now I'm just gonna walk him down, and I am done with Kite. I am going to untack him and treat his feet with some thrush stuff, and then he will get to go be outside. Now it is Scout's turn. This is just going to be a maintenance ride to keep him in shape, so nothing too crazy, just a normal exercise. So I'm going to get him all tacked up, and then we'll go ride. So, like I said, this is just a maintenance ride, making sure he stays in shape between races. I also try to ride him about 3 times a week. Sometimes I will ride him in this bit and post and just have a really easy workout, and sometimes I will switch to a different bit with split reins and I will sit the trot and I will ask him to put his head down, kind of like I do on Chester. But today I am going to post. I also start him off just walking, even though he's in good shape. I want to still make sure that he gets loosened up. Olympic track stars do not just show up and then run. Everybody has to warm up. It is very cool and a little windy, and it rained a little bit with Kite, so I'm sure Scout will be feeling great. He can be quite fresh sometimes, so maybe I should have grabbed my helmet, but I'm hoping we will be alright, and the Pivo will catch it if anything crazy happens for your entertainment. Still with him, I am staying in the spot I kind of worked up with Kite, where the ground is not quite as, I guess, squishy. I guess that's what I said earlier, not as wet. Scout also really likes the trot rails or ground poles, whatever you want to call them, so I will probably be busting those out soon for him in the amount of time we have left to ride outside before winter gets us. So maybe I will vlog that and show you how I use the trot rails to work their abs, their top line, and for joint flexibility, it really asks them to pick up their legs, so it's more of an active exercise. You can't really be lazy and focus on your feet. Okay. I'm not sure I will be able to ride him one-handed. As I've said, he likes to get a little fresh sometimes, especially out here, but I'm riding him out here because the indoor arena is quite dusty and I don't want him breathing in that dust if he does not have to. So you can see I am posting the trot like I did on Kite, except Scout's trot is a little bit faster. Please don't spook, dude. I'm hanging on by one hand here. Can't lose this microphone. It's the only one we got. With Scout, I am really working on getting him to gain some weight. He is looking way better than when we first got him. He's a lot shinier. He has gained weight. I still want him to gain a little bit more. So we are building muscle tone, and I am also trying to get some weight on him. I give him forage all the time. He gets plenty of snacks. I also really like to do maintenance rides on him because I think it's important to do that on any horse you run. But Scout is prone to bleeding, so the better in shape they are, the less likely that is to happen. And you really do not want that to happen. Coming down a little bit, trotting just a little bit slower. Easy. Good boy. Just trying to see what Kite's doing as we come up to Chester. He's honestly a pretty easy ride. Again, I like to sit down before I pull to give a little bit of warning instead of being like, oh, stop right now. I want him to feel that cue before I pull on their mouth at all. I totally just licked the microphone. I hope you cannot hear that. I'm going to make him walk because he is wanting to trot. We gotta trot on my terms, not on his. It's just a gentle, no, we're gonna walk until I say we can trot. I'm not really getting after him for it, just a quick correction and then release. I'm very happy he wants to work though. Oh, okay. Good boy. Once I get a few good walking strides, I will ask to trot this way. Okay. He is a little harder to drive with one hand. I'm gonna switch hands. Okay, we're back. I accidentally pressed the power button. Maybe not that fast. Let's see. There we go. I can live with this. Honestly surprised. We have not jumped at anything yet. I hope I'm not jinxing myself. Sometimes the chair over here that's randomly in the grass is really scary. And the trot rails in the grass are really scary sometimes. Easy. There you go. I got you. Okay. Okay. Gonna make sure he's good. Okay. And then ask for the trot again. He seems okay. He seems to just be kind of tripping over his own feet. And if Kite can do this, Scout can definitely do this. I might lope two-handed. I don't really have much to say, I don't think. And if I do, I'll just voice it over. Easy. There we go. He's really easing into it now. I'm able to keep my hand pretty low. Just pick it up when he increases the speed like he is right now. Easy. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna walk. Easy. And then we'll lope. And I will be putting the microphone away as to not die. See what I mean about that chair being super scary, even though we've passed it a lot. I'm gonna let him walk by it, let him look at it. Okay. And then after a few more strides of walking, I will lope off this way. And then that will conclude our workout. I'm sure my phone is probably about to die. So hopefully I keep you with me for the rest of this vlog, but if it ends here, I will just film an outro when my phone is charged up. When I lope him, he is so much harder for me to sit, I think just because I am so used to Chester. So I really have to think about relaxing and keeping my legs forward on him and not letting them get behind me. I didn't even notice that that whole braid came out.